something is changing and you can feel it. The way you relate, what you tolerate, what you're available for, it's all shifting now. You know, this is not just another full moon. This full moon is a threshold moment where something within you shifts and turns and your path begins to change with it. This full moon in Libra is the moment that shift begins to take form. Welcome back, friends. It's Carrie at holisticspsychic.com and Soul Star Healing Arts Center here in Sedona, Arizona. I'm a professional clairvoyant psychic, shamanic energy healing practitioner who loves working with astrology to help you align with your best life. And that's what we're doing here today as we take a look at the energies rolling out over the course of the first half of April. Today, we're talking about the full moon, of course, as a part of that, leading up to the new moon, which by then I'll have another video out for that. But let me just say here that in my opinion, this energetic corridor that we're in right now literally is the most powerful gateway that we have available to us for really the entire year ahead to set the energetic vibrational stage within yourself for optimum success with whatever your goals and ambitions are. Before we get into the details as to what's going on astrologically, I just want to speak to the part of you that likely feels very in between spaces within yourself right now. It's likely that you sense a quiet but undeniable shift happening within you. You may be noticing that things in your life that once felt aligned just are not landing the same anymore. Relationships, environments, goals, even identities. You're just seeing from a different point of view now. If this sounds like you, then you are living in alignment with the cycles and energies that are coming in right now. And I want you to know that you're not alone. You are a part of a collective, rare opportunity for rebirth and renewal that we're all a part of. And this full moon in Libra is illuminating exactly where your life, your spirit, your soul is asking for recalibration, especially in how you relate to others, how you relate to your path, and especially how you relate to yourself. Libra energy brings awareness to themes of balance, alignment, and truth in connection. And under the light of this full moon, anything that is not aligned becomes impossible to ignore. But this isn't just about seeing what's no longer aligned. This is the moment where something new begins to open, where new pathways, new ways of being, new opportunities, new directions begin to quietly come into view. And while this all still might feel subtle now, this shift is setting the stage for much bigger activations that are unfolding in the weeks ahead. In this episode, we are taking a deep dive into what this all means for you, how to work with it, and come out on the other side in alignment with the reality, the lifestyle, the timeline that you are intending for yourself. Beginning with the big picture overview with the sun in Aries opposite the moon in Libra. The sun in Aries represents our self, our awareness, our individual identity. where Libra, which is where the full moon is, represents things having to do with relating. It's the mirror of relationship. One of the main themes that's happening right now is connected to a realignment of self that comes with clarity of awareness regarding our relationship to our path, our relationship to others. Here's some empowerment questions for you that can give you a deeper self awareness regarding this theme. Question number one, and you can journal about these or just be in meditative reflection about these. How have you been engaging with your life in the past few years? And be honest with yourself. These questions are for you alone in order to gain deeper awareness, which will enable you to step into those recalibrations that this full moon is shining a light on. So, in all honesty, how have you been engaging with life in the past few years? Have you been showing up fully? Have you been lackadaisical? Have you been going through all kinds of other things and feeling like you can't really get ahead? Whatever it is, just be clear and honest with yourself with this question. And then the follow-up question is, in what ways are you feeling called to make a shift based on how you have been relating, based on that subtle inner awareness of maybe what you're ready to lay down so that you can pick up something new, what you're ready to bring into completion, what you're ready to be done with? In what ways are you feeling called to make a shift? Write that down, journal about it, reflect upon it, meditate upon it. And then, next question, what are you ready to be done with? Last question, what are you super excited about shifting into? What are you super excited about shifting into? Because the energies right now are supporting that. This isn't plan B or C time. This is really what my soul is feeling magnetically called to or drawn to. And this is what I'm most excited about. So I want you to have honest reflection about this, because the energies that are coming in right now will exactly support you in this direction. But you have to know what you're looking for before it can manifest. And that is the reason for these empowerment questions. Okay, let's get back to the overall energies connected to this full moon. Because Venus is the ruler of Libra, the energies that are shining in and being illuminated with the full moon are ruled by Venetian energetic themes. And what this reminds me of is the shamanic idea, philosophy, and practice of the beauty way, walking in beauty, embodying peace internally, harmony. And with this Libra Aries axis, this brings us into the path of the peaceful warrior, walking in beauty on the path of the peaceful warrior. Libra is about peace, beauty, harmony, balance, creativity in how we relate, how we connect with others. And Aries is associated with the archetype of the warrior. It's connected to initiation, leadership, independence. And when we blend this axis, when we meet in the middle of this axis being a resonant polarity, the way that we meet in the middle is embodying the beauty way, the path of the peaceful warrior. So what does that mean to you? To me, it means I'm not engaging in conflict. I'm simply living my truth. I'm conducting myself energetically in a way that feels self-nurturing, loving, kind. I'm being in the spirit of favoring peace over conflict. honesty over deception or secretiveness. The Aries aspect of this axis that we're in right now with this full moon brings a deeper invitation to really drop into groundedness and presence of awareness in connection to whatever it is that you are envisioning for yourself and how you want to leverage this opportunity for rebirthing, coming into a new chapter of experience in your life in alignment with what is feeding renewed meaning and purpose, which is connected to the Neptune Saturn conjunction in Aries right now. So we can have the vision, but we also need to be grounded and present in our awareness and be prepared to begin taking action in alignment with what that vision is. And in doing so, if you do that now, you will begin to see where the universe, where life, where your soul, your higher self is supporting you. And I've said this before, but when your inner sense of ambition is coming truly from what feels like a deep soul urge or guidance, of course, it's going to be supported by life, by spirit, by the universe, by your higher self, because it is something that is truly connected to your path of meaning and purpose. The Libra aspect of this self other axis can illuminate our awareness in ways where we can have deep realizations around things that maybe previously either were not completely on our conscious radar or that we have been living in denial of, so that we can have a fresh start and a fresh beginning. And that part might not be easy. It's like being willing to face cold, hard truths, cold, hard facts that maybe you wanted to sugarcoat or candy coat. But in your willingness to really see with clarity of awareness things that you've been brushing off, blowing off, it really does set the stage and space for new beginnings. And this will likely include cutting the ties of things that are not only not aligned, but things that are not integrous for you anymore. This could be clearing away connections with people or situations that are starting to knock you off balance in some way or another. A part of Libra's gift is discernment, utilizing our sense of spiritual discernment, meaning really seeing the truth of things without those things being filtered through our desires, our hopes, our attachments, projections, or assumptions. So this is where that peaceful warrior comes in. We really do have to be the spiritual warrior and really being willing to see the truth of what's aligned and good for you. And in your bravery and courageousness, you're actually liberating yourself. You're liberating yourself in ways that can bring fresh energies and circumstances in that support you and ignite energies that bring expansion and grounded manifestation to whatever those ambitions of yours are. Now let's take a look at the major astrological aspects that are connected specifically to the full moon. Both the sun and the moon are making square aspects to Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, growth, development, opportunity, good fortune, And the extra good news is that Jupiter just went direct mid-March, and it stays direct for almost the rest of this year up through mid-December. And speaking of direct planets, from now all the way through the beginning of May, all planets are direct, bringing a forward momentum to whatever it is that you are focusing on. The sign of Cancer in and of itself is a cardinal sign, meaning it happens at the beginning of a season. We just came into spring, and the sign itself is very focused on initiating action while it preserves and protects its goals while they begin to take root, germinate, blossom. Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion and Cancer is very connected to emotions, this is also a time where we can become more aware of deeper emotional processes that have been going on within us. But it almost feels more like an invitation that invites mastery over our emotions, where we can harness deep intuitions that especially come on a sensing feeling level to navigate life's challenges rather than being overwhelmed by the emotions themselves. Another really huge thing that's happening right now is that conjunction between Neptune and Saturn is coming into a sextile aspect with Pluto. Let's take a look at that. Neptune is the planet of intuition, creativity, dream time, imagination. Neptune in Aries inspires new dreams, visions, and ambitions, while Saturn anchors the intention seeds into creation. And Pluto alchemizes transformation. Now, this sextile aspect between Pluto and Saturn, which Neptune is connected to, is the first cooperative, supportive, opportunistic aspect that we've had between Pluto and Saturn since their conjunction in January of 2020. And we all know what unfolded in 2020 just after that conjunction. So this truly rare aspect between Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto blends the manifestation of dreams, which is Neptune, with structural accountability, which is Saturn, and the transformative power of Pluto, driving significant shifts in self-leadership. So to me, this feels like, this is a time where we are being asked to step up to the plate for ourselves. There's a saying that says, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. And the energy of this conjunction truly is an invitation for us to step into our leadership. We decide what our dream is. We decide that we're the ones that want to be grounded in present awareness in order for the seedlings of our intention dreams to take root and bloom and blossom and transform our life. This is a time where nobody's going to do it for us, but if we effort in the direction ourselves, if we align our energy, our action sincerely in alignment with what our soul calling is, life, spirit, divine will support that. But we are the ones that have to be willing to have the clarity of intent, clarity of purpose, and show up to align guided, intentful action in that direction. So while the 2020 conjunction between Saturn and Pluto initiated a more tumultuous cycle of experience, this first sextile aspect focuses on building, structuring, and integrating what those transformations have been for you within your own personal life. Now, of course, there's the world stage in how this is all unfolding collectively in both the light and the shadow dynamics. But in these videos, I like to emphasize how you can work with the energies deliberately through conscious choice in whatever ways you feel guided to invest your focus, your time, your energy, your resources. So take a moment to notice how your energy has already been shifting internally and how that's already been inspiring shifts that you're noticing showing up in your reality. Noticing it is a great way to continue to feed or fortify that energetic vibration within you that will continue to bring you into a stronger momentum. On April 9th, Mars moves into Aries. Mars is the natural ruling planet of Aries. So both the zodiac sign of Aries and the planet of Mars both have energetic themes that are connected to individuality, identity, initiation cycles, leadership. And at this point, Mars is also going to be co-present with that Neptune and Saturn conjunction, which is empowering the rebirth cycles that I've already talked about. So in the days leading up to the 9th, Mars right now is still in the very last degrees of Pisces. One of the things that Pisces represents is karma, because it's the last sign of the zodiac. So there are karmic cycles being completed in your life right now. Where do you recognize that is showing up for you? Feel into it. Now, of course, taking a look at your own natal chart to see where the full moon is happening and all of these other aspects that I've talked about will give you a deeper idea of the areas of your personal life that this is mostly going to be taking shape within. However, I find that we are deeply unconsciously connected to what our star chart is within us, and we can access that information intuitively with some introspection, even if you don't have your birth chart. But if you do have your birth chart, take it out, take a look, use it as a guide and a map for yourself in moving through these energies with as much consciousness and awareness as possible. And of course, if you would love an astrological consultation with me, reach out in the link below and I am happy to get you set up with an appointment. I'm going to see you around the corner in the new moon in Aries video, which you definitely do not want to miss. So maybe take a moment to subscribe if you have not done so yet, and I will see you there. Bye.